The things you own end up owning you. That's a famous quote from the movie Fight Club, but let me tell you a true story, far more haunting than any film. In 1947, New York police received reports of a foul smell coming from the Collyer brothers' mansion. When officers broke down the door, they couldn't even step inside. The entire house had turned into a massive labyrinth made of 140 tons of junk. Old newspapers, broken pianos, and even baby carriages. They found Homer Collyer, starved to death in his armchair. But his brother Langley was missing. It took police 18 days of digging through the house to find Langley's body, buried and suffocated by one of his own booby traps, designed to protect his treasures. But the Collyers were not uniquely mad. Somewhere in all of us lives a small Homer or Langley. Why do we feel joy upon finding an ancient coin? Why can't we throw away an old movie ticket from 10 years ago? And where is the thin line between passionate collecting and pathological hoarding? Welcome to a parallel world. Today, we'll journey into the minds of those who spend their lives filling empty spaces. 1. Collecting. The need to create order and meaning from chaos. For collectors, acquiring old books, action figures, postcards, or colored stones isn't simply about gathering things. It's an act of creating order and meaning. When life feels chaotic, work, health, emotions, a collection becomes a miniature universe they can control. In that space, each item has a reason to exist. Categorizing, organizing, and preserving give them a sense of agency over at least one small part of their world, something the outside world often denies them. 2. What they collect isn't just objects, it's memory. Objects are not merely material, they are emotional containers. An old movie ticket, a childhood toy, or a time-worn book are ways to preserve memories. In psychology, this reflects a human urge to resist the swift passage of time, to fight the fear of leaving no trace behind. Objects become anchors for memory, proof that one once existed, once loved, once lived. 3. From collecting to hoarding, when keeping is no longer a choice. The line between collecting and hoarding is razor thin. When a person can no longer control what they keep, when they hold on because they can't throw away, rather than want to keep, they've entered the realm of hoarding. Hoarders often endure profound loss, the death of a loved one, deprivation in childhood, or traumatic displacement. Keeping everything becomes a defense mechanism. If I keep it all, I'll never lose anything again. But the greater the fear of loss, the smaller their world becomes. The bed turns into a storage unit. Walkways disappear, and they gradually isolate themselves. 4. Personal identity. I am unique, and my collection proves it. A collection is not just a hobby, it's a declaration of self. I'm a vinyl enthusiast. I preserve forgotten cultures. These statements assert individuality. For hoarders, this need is even stronger. Their mountain of things becomes evidence that they lived, felt, and cared. Telling them to throw it away is like saying those memories no longer matter. So they resist, retreat, and sink deeper into their world of objects. 5. When the outside world is too complex, possessions become a safe zone. Many hoarders struggle to express emotions or manage relationships. Instead of confronting a breakup, a toxic job, or feelings of failure, they gather items. It's easier to control. Each new item, each act of saving, brings a tiny hit of dopamine, a feeling that they can still do something, that they haven't completely given up. The physical world becomes a shield between them and a reality that's too painful to face. 6. Why just throw it away is a cruel thing to say. To outsiders, cleaning a house seems simple. But to a hoarder, every item is a memory, a fragment of self. Throwing it away is agony. If you don't walk with them through this process, don't understand why they're holding on, don't help them learn how to let go safely, then decluttering becomes coercion. It may even trigger panic, or cause them to hoard more later to make up for the loss. Cleaning the outside without healing the inside is the fastest way to restart the hoarding cycle. 7. The beautiful intersection. When collecting becomes a way of living, not a burden. On the other hand, some collect consciously, with clarity, intention, and purpose. For them, collecting is a way of beautifying life. Each item tells a story, reflects a season, a feeling. They speak about their collections with bright eyes, sharing with communities who share their passion. Their possessions don't control them, they use them to enrich life. The key is this: the collection serves life, not the other way around. 8. How can we see collectors, hoarders through a more compassionate lens? Before judging, ask, what are they afraid of losing? What are they holding onto in this pile? What is the most important item, and why? With empathy, we begin to see, behind every cluttered room is a person struggling with fear, sadness, and the need to feel seen. Instead of forcing them to throw things out, help them tell stories about each item, each memory, each reason. That's how healing begins. 9. Conclusion. Behind the pile lies a heart trying to survive. Some people collect to feel special, some hoard to fill emptiness, some hold on to every little thing as if to say, I was here, I lived, please don't erase me. The world praises tidiness and minimalism, but if you look deeper, you'll hear the voices in those piles too. The voice of a soul that hasn't yet been heard. So next time you walk into a room full of stuff, don't ask, oh God, how can anyone live like this? Instead, ask, among all these things, which one matters most, and why? You might just discover that you're not only learning about a room, but about a person, desperately trying to hold on to themselves in a world that keeps demanding they let go.